Hello, hello, and welcome to Mondays with Melissa. I'm so excited that you're here. Today we have kind of a juicy topic, and it's basically how to not be controlled by your emotions. Because I don't know about you, but I feel like our society maybe could use a little coaching around this. It seems like we are so quick to post on social when we're upset or when we're hurt or when we're frustrated. And I'm all for expressing your emotions, do not get me wrong. But I also think that we can do it in a healthy, safe, and productive way. And I don't know that going to Facebook in the heat of the moment is necessarily the best thing. So I feel like this is something I do in my coaching practice. I help a lot of women really kind of navigate their emotions so that they're not numbing or soothing or buffering with sugar or food. I'm a recovering emotional eater, sugar stuffer. And so I really can speak to this. And in fact, one of my clients that I'm working with right now, one of her goals was to really be slow to respond with her emotions and to think before reacting. And she just wanted to learn how to respond well emotionally. And that's a process. It's not something that we, are born with or that maybe even were taught or modeled. We are, you know, just kind of sent out into the world with what we have and we hope for the best. And the good news is that we can change and we can learn to not be controlled by our feelings. And so in this podcast, I really want to share some tangible things you can do if you find yourself being controlled by your emotions. And my first encouragement is to journal. Journaling is amazing. I have found so many times I have been journaling and processing things, and I didn't even know that they were bothering me. So journaling is great. I think when we can sometimes get out of our element and kind of mix it up and trick our brains a little bit, it gives us the ability for things to come to mind. And so giving yourself permission and space and time to journal and process can be very, 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 very helpful, because a lot of times there might be things that are bothering us or that we are emotionally working through that we're not even aware of, because I think life happens so fast and something can happen and then a kid needs something and we didn't have a chance to really kind of feel that emotion. So giving yourself space and permission to feel your emotions through journaling can be incredibly powerful. So that's my first tip. My next tip is don't post on social media when you are in the heat of a moment, whether it's grief or anger or frustration. Do not do that. It is not wise. I think I did that more when social media first came out. But I think as I worked on my emotional healing and I've learned, discipline and self-control and certain sort of things through my process and my journey, I've learned that is not a good thing to do. Yeah, it can be tempting because sometimes we just want to get things off of our chest. But that's what we can do in journaling as well. So journaling kind of provides you with that safe space, right? So the next thing that might be really helpful is getting a coach and finding that safe space where you can share your feelings and not be judged or not be condemned or not feel like a bad person for having a thought or a feeling that you don't know what to do with. We all have thoughts, we all have feelings. The key is to work through them in a healthy way and really kind of give yourself that safe container to feel and process. And that's exactly what I do as a coach, is I give people that safe space to share their feelings and kind of come up with a plan of attack so that we can move forward in a healthy way that is in alignment with our goals. And so these are 3 tips, 3 ways that you can show up and not let your emotions control you, because it's easy for that to happen. And then if we as parents are modeling that for our kids, they're learning the same thing. And I will be completely frank with you guys right now. My biggest concern for our society is that we as parents don't know how to navigate or handle our emotions. You see this in the way people treat each other on social media. And we're the parents that are raising the first generation of kids with access to phones and iPads and screens and all of the technology. So who's going to teach these kids how to navigate in manage and handle their emotions when we as a generation have a hard time doing that ourselves. So if you can really learn how to not be controlled by your emotions, it can be very powerful for the next generation. It's a powerful legacy that you can leave your kids. Okay. I didn't grow up with this. That's why I'm so passionate about helping other people do this, because it's not something that we're taught. It's not something that's encouraged. It's not something that's modeled. And quite frankly, I think it needs to be. So I'm going to step off of my soapbox now, but I hope that this has been helpful for you on learning how to feel your emotions, feel your feelings, process them in a healthy way, but not have them control you. So if you're interested in learning more about what that would look like in a coaching opportunity, I will put a link to my calendar in the show notes. You can schedule a call. I offer complimentary coffee chats where we can talk about kind of where you're at, where you want to be, and come up with a plan for you to get there. So thanks for listening. I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.